I've had this Savage Axis 2 chambered in 308 that has a 20-inch barrel for about 2 years, and it's been nothing but a problem child, and I really wanted this Boyd aftermarket stock to work, but when I purchased it, I knew it was going to be a problem child. The main issue that I was having, it was failing to fire, so what I did 2 weeks ago is I dremeled this section out here, and I'll show you some pictures, and I also removed the entire action from the stock and dremeled the inside of here, because what was happening is it looked like to me there was rubbing going on, and it wasn't allowing the mechanism to move freely here. But really what the issue is here, and I'll take this apart so you can see what I'm talking about. And there is my problem. No matter what wood glue I use, that seems to shimmy right out of there. You see that? So if anyone is interested in very good looking Boyd wood stock and think they can actually repair that, let me know. I'll sell it to you for cheap. Now I gotta show you my new edition. This was ridiculously easy to install. All I had to basically do is put a metal shim underneath the action there and then run 2 bolts to snug it in. I think I had to turn it 4 or 5 times and it was done. The bullet that I'm running is the 163 grain HHT, not ideal bullet weight, especially for this. I'm only getting 2700 FPS, but I've got 200 rounds of those and I might as well use them up. But the AICS mag is 2.825 and my load is 2.995, and if you look at this is an actual AICS mags. You can see that the tip is right there. So I will run these as single feed. When I had this out into the field last time with the Boyd stock, it had a 2.25 MOA, not acceptable, and I'm hoping this will solve the solution, and if so, we're going to run these out to 800 yards. At this point, I wasn't sure if it was the Savage Action or the Boyd stock that was causing the fail to fire. I'm aiming at the 9 o'clock with the diamond, and this is a clean cold bore 0. And the second shot was 1 MOA at 100 yards. And after the shot, I made the adjustment to the scope. My next 2 shots were at 300 yards. My first shot was center chest. App called for 4.46 MOA, which visually impacted about 1.25 inches low. It's low. I held the same center chest shot. Impact was about 1 inch left, so I noted that the 300 yard 0 will be roughly 5.75 MOA. At 400 yards, the original dial-up was 7.57 MOA. Knowing that the 300 yard shot was low, I dialed up to 9.25 and aimed center chest. I held into the wind about 2 inches. Impact was solid. At 450 yards, I guessed 11.25 MOA, and I held the same 2 inches into the wind. Again, impact was solid. The original dial-up for 500 yards was 11.12 MOA. I cranked up to 14 minutes, again held roughly 2 inches into the wind. Splash was much higher and left than I planned. I took the same shot and it looked like the bullet splashed within a minute of the last impact. I am absolutely in love with this Magpul Hunter Lite stock. I did not have a single fail to fire, and if you didn't notice, I got all first round hits out to 500 yards, even with this crappy Bushnell 3x12x40. I didn't take my dial-ups too seriously, knowing I'm going to have to change the case length due to the AICS mags, but I was super impressed of how much the 163 HHT held its own into 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Tell me what you think about this setup, and stay tuned for my next adventure.